Alright, hello everybody. In this lecture, we're going to talk about how to use variables efficiently and how to specify how we're going to use the variable and make our code run faster and a lot better. Alright, let's go ahead and give it a try. So here we have our, main code that we always use, right? Okay, but what we're gonna be using, let's go ahead and declare variable number equals 5 semicolon, right? Now int number, this number 5 can be, anything. It can be -5, it can be 7, 8, 9, it can be what? It can be 2 billion, I don't know. There's just a lot. This number has a lot of flexibility, but let's say, for example, we want to specify how we're going to use this variable, because the more specific you are, the more efficient your program will run. Let me give you an example. For example, if we use the thing character signed, alright? So when we write the word signed, what does that mean? Well, it means that this number can hold positive and negative integers, right? So it can be -5 or 45. Alright, but if we write what? Unsigned, that means the number can only be a positive, so it will grab the absolute value. Alright, let's go ahead and give it a try. Okay, see out number equals 5. Okay, 5. Alright, but what if we do signed? Still 5. Let's do -5. See, now let's do unsigned. And see, that's where the problem happens. Because unsigned only can have positive integers, right? This is a negative. The program just goes absolutely berserk. Pretty crazy, huh? So, if we know that number will always be a positive, then we always use unsigned, alright? Now, if we know the variable we're using could either be a positive or negative, then we do use signed, right? So simple as that. Signed can do positive and negative. Unsigned does only positive, right? Simple as that. Now, another keyword we're going to be looking at is long and short, okay? Long pretty much tells the compiler, specifies that this number is going to get really big, alright? For example, if you're going to be comparing or using the population, 7 billion people, that's quite a bit, right? So you'll definitely want to use long, okay? If you're using a lot of digits in your variable, a lot, then you're going to want to use long. It will store more memory. It will have more memory allocated for this variable to run better. Now, for example, let's say the variable number is only between, 1 through 30. Okay, that's really the only values it'll go through. Then you can do short. Short allocates less memory than long. Pretty much telling the computer the boundaries of this variable. That's what we're doing right now, okay? So, the signed, unsigned, short, and long, we're pretty much telling the, compiler C++ the boundaries of this variable and what we're using it for and how to use it more efficiently in our program, alright? So that's pretty cool. We learned about signed and unsigned, short and long. For right now, our code is not the longest, right? It's only, 10 lines long. But when you start coding, like 200, 300, 400 lines of code, it's going to be pretty important to learn how to use variables efficiently, right? Another thing I want to show you is another data type. It's called double. Alright, let's name it, James equals 5.44444. Double. Alright, let's name this James. Oh, we forgot a semicolon. Beginner mistake, but that's okay. Pretty cool. So what is a double, right? Well, double is similar to a float. Alright, let's have float James 2 equals 5.44444. Okay, let's do this. Let's give it a try. Ready? One of them is gonna... Okay, see, double only goes how many digits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Now let's do James 2. How many does James 2 do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, they both do the same amount, but what's the difference? Well, double uses more memory. It allocates more memory, but the numbers are more specific, right? So if you're going to be calculating like 3 point, 2, whatever, you're going to want to use doubles, alright? That's pretty self-explanatory, right? Doubles are just very specific versions of floats, right? Floats, equals 3.45, for example, right? But a double is used for more specific, like if you're going to be having numbers like this in your code, you definitely want to use doubles instead because they're more accurate and they'll make your code run a lot better than you want it to, right? So that's pretty cool. What did we learn this lesson? About signed, okay? Unsigned, meaning only positive integers. Okay, we learned about long, short. Oh, and long and short only apply to integers. Alright, you can't use it on a double or float or whatever. Fortunately, yeah. Okay, I hope you guys learned something new today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next lecture.